Hello everybody, it is Nathan here, and today I'm going to be talking about my experience at DAY6's recent concert with their world tour of Gravity. That didn't make any sense whatsoever, however I phrased it. Anyways, if you guys didn't know, recently DAY6 just went on a tour in America, or they're still on tour as of now, at this recording of this video at least. I think they just came from Boston or whatever. But since I am from the New York area, I went to go see them at the New York concert in Manhattan, and that was about like give or take a week ago from when I'm recording this at least. I don't know when I'm gonna be uploading it, but I think it's been a while since at least a week since I've seen the concert, so I just thought this is the perfect time to at least make a video so I could just go back and look through all the clips that I recorded and just talk about my experience at my first ever DAY6 concert. Now this is also actually my first K-pop concert that I ever went to, because excluding K-Con, because K-Con is just a concert for a lot of artists into one, right? But the DAY6 concert was just DAY6 by itself, just that one group, them performing all of their songs. So you know, there's definitely a lot more, what is that word? There's just a lot more to look forward to, I guess, to DAY6 concert, because one, you're surrounded by mostly my days, the fandom, mainly fans of the artist itself, not just fans of K-pop in general. Also, you'd see a lot more performances by DAY6 and their own songs, rather than just a couple, like a few performances, and then them leaving the stage and having another artist come up. Also, the venue was a lot smaller than the K-Con venue, considering it's K-Con. And DAY6 has a smaller fandom, so it made sense. And so I'm just going to be talking about what it was like going to the concert, at the concert, and including the high touch as well. So we were standing in line for about 45 minutes, and the fans were conversing with each other. There were a lot of fans that were talking with each other about the concert, who their bias is, what their favorite song is. There were a lot of fans listening to music, memorizing the fan chant. Yada yada yada, you get the point. There's actually one fan that particularly stood out to me, because she came up to every single fan in the line and was giving out free photo cards that I guess she made by herself. And I actually pull it out right here. I asked for one tier, so we got a little photo card thing. I think it's a homemade type of photo card, because I still haven't opened this yet because I wanted to show you guys. But basically, open this right here. This tape is really nice. You pull this out. It comes with, like, I think this is like a if you guys can't see, like a movie. This is a photo card that I don't see this in a lot of albums. I think this is a homemade one, definitely. And then the one pure photo card we have right here. This is also it feels like a homemade one as well, because there's nothing on the back, and it's like there's this like number, you know. So I think these were all handmade, homemade by the fan at least. So I'm really thankful for that. And then we also got this tiny little sticker thing. You guys can't see. Yeah, it's like the animals that they represent, that DAY6 represents. You know, it's pretty cute. You know. Anyways, those fans came around and just gave each and every one of these little photo card thingies. And honestly, I guess that just goes to show how much of a family this huge fandom is. The fact that they were able to just hand make like a ton of this, and they did a huge basket full of like all this stuff, and just giving each of one of these to each fan. And honestly, I was very thankful for that, because like I didn't think that this was a thing I'd be experiencing at a concert, but no, that was pretty cool, you know. But anyways, they finally opened the doors. There was a huge security check. They didn't allow food or water inside the venue. They also didn't allow really big bags. So usually I bring a bag to a lot of K-pop concerts, at least the K-Con, but this time I was like, you know, there's no reason for me to be holding a bag at the whole time. I'm gonna be standing the whole time. There's no point. So I just went with my phone and my wallet, and I also brought a light stick as well. Let me show you guys this little light stick as well. This it lights up. Yeah, lights up. It can flash, and it flashes as well. And basically, this light band is something like you put on your wrist, right? It's like a light band, and then you basically or you can put on your hand as well, and then you're just like doing this, or like, you know, that thing. It was honestly a pretty good light band, because they were selling these selling merch before the concert inside the venue, and they actually sold out of all these. So I was really lucky to at least have been bought this beforehand, like way before the show, and bringing it, you know. Also, I walked down this hallway, and then on the left they had this whole line for people buying merch like clothes, jackets, posters, the keychains, the light stick. There was just a huge line, and I was like, you know what, I don't need to buy merch on here for the show because I'm not gonna have anything to hold it in. I don't want to hold it throughout the whole show, so I didn't buy any merch. But on the right side, you would walk in, and the venue was actually really small. It was a lot smaller than I thought it would be. When we walked in, it was pretty bright. They were playing Day6 songs, and they had this huge stage filled with instruments and this huge like thing saying gravity behind the instruments. And it was, I think the venue was very small. The stage was very small. It fit. I thought we would be in the way back. I thought we wouldn't be able to be seen by the Day6 members being in the pit in the front. But because of the venue was so small, there weren't that many people buying tickets. So we still got to stand up close to the front at least. We were like near the back of the general admission, but it was honestly pretty close to the front that I could make eye contact with the members here and there. And yeah, that was going inside the venue before the concert. And then the concert started. Literally, they were playing like this intro video on this huge screen behind the instruments, and they were doing a countdown as well. The music got a lot louder. Day6 music got a lot louder. And then each member would come out one by one every time the beat dropped. So we saw Toon come out first from the right, and he walked to his drums. People were screaming as crazy. And then after Toon, it was Hungjin came on the left. And then after Hungjin, Younghae came on the right, and then Jae on the left. And then last but not least, Wonpil. He came out on the right, and I purposely stood near Wonpil's side of the stage because Wonpil, you know, the bias. So I had to stand on that side. Originally, we were gonna stand on Jae and Hungjin's side on the left side, but I was like, no, I gotta see my bias up close. So we stood near the right side of the stage, at least the stage was. So, and then finally they all came out, and then Jae was just he spoke in the mic when he was just like, "Are you guys ready, New York? This is." No, everyone was screaming. It was really loud, like really loud. And then after Jae said like, "Are you guys ready?" Toon started hitting the drums, and they went into the first song for best part. Best part is such a good song to open up. It was, oh my god. I saw the set list beforehand, so I knew what songs to expect, but seeing it live for the first time, it was like, words can't describe how amazing I felt and how amazing it was. The thing is, because it's a band concert with instruments, they gotta make it super loud in the concert venue, and it was really loud. Like, when I say loud, it was loud. Like, the music itself is already loud, and then you got fangirls screaming next to you, like, basically making your ears bleed. Like, it was really loud. Like, really, I couldn't hear after the concert was over because of how loud everything was. And then they moved on to the second song, which was Sing Me, and after that was Wish or Pare, and those are some throwback songs. Like, those are old throwback songs, and it was just like a rush of nostalgia for me because not like I don't listen to those music anymore, it's just those songs are the old Day6 songs, so it's like, wow, it's like these are the songs that they first made when they first came out. It's like that rush of nostalgia, you know. And then in Sing Me, after Younghae's verse, or the bridge, the rap bridge, when the beat dropped, they threw out confetti, the green confetti just spilling everywhere. It was, I felt like it was a bit too early to throw confetti, but it was still really cool to see it fall down. And then after Sing Me, they went into their little talk thing. I think they went and introduced the members themselves. I don't remember, I wasn't recording that time. I think Younghae took off his jacket like during mid-performance because I guess he was really hot for whatever reason, but basically they went in and I guess they were introducing themselves one by one, like, "Oh, hi, my name is blah blah blah," and Hungjin's English definitely got a lot better. Toon was just being such a huge like cutie. speaking in English. One pair was the quiet one, and then Jay and Young K were both being hype men, so they were trying to hype up the crowd, you know? And then after that, they went into more songs again, and they played Somehow or 어쩌다 보니.
You know, we're gonna have a good night today, you ready?
And that is probably my favorite B-side track by DAY6. So seeing it live, I was about to cry right there because I really wanted to see that song out of like most of their songs. I want to see that song live. And after that, they went right into Time of Our Life, which was the song that we all wanted to see.
Are you ready for this? 1, 2, 3, go!
Oh wait, I was wrong. They actually did their introduction after Time of Our Life. Okay, so I don't remember what was after Wish then. Maybe they switched guitars. Hungjin switched guitars or something. I don't know what happened. So they went into their ment. They went to they're like, hey, I'm this person, blah blah blah, and then they were just like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a good night tonight. So let's go back to playing some music again. And then they played So Cool. Let me just say that what we got after that was not what we expected at all. Each of the members got to do their own little solo on their instrument, and after So Cool, it was Tone's really cool drum solo. Followed by Young K's bass solo. Those are like, they put together. Tone started off and then Young K picked in the middle. And then they played Out of My Mind or 이상한 걸 계속 이래. And after that was Feeling Good. And then after that they went to Talk Again, and Young K and Toon were having like this little like argument back and forth, like, oh, his bass solo is pretty good, oh, his drum solo is pretty good, oh, his English is so good, oh, he's so good looking. They were having like a back and forth compliment battle basically. Like, the fans were going crazy. But then after that, they wanted to, each member I guess decided to talk about something like, oh, this is our first time back in New York or something, and like, oh, we're so excited to be here. Seongjin was like, I guess he was speaking the English the most. He was trying to be able to communicate the fans through English. One pair was struggling a lot to speak English. It was really kind of funny, but he was being really cute about it. Like, he was just like, what do I say? Not that I needed a translator, but there was a translator there for all the fans who couldn't understand the Korean. So I'm still thankful for that, at least, because I guess it keeps DAY6, rest assured, for them to be able to just speak Korean just freely, you know? And then after that, they went into the songs on their recent album, The Book of Us. The Book of Us... Gravity? Hold on, I'm tripping. What's the album called again? Yeah, The Book of Us Gravity. Anyways, they, so the other songs on there included How to Love, For Me, Wanna Go Back, 돌아갈래요. And during that, those songs, Hungjin also had his guitar solo as well. Regarding Toon's lines in Wanna Go Back, the fans were going crazy. And then came the covers and mashup of the DAY6 songs with other American pop songs. I don't really remember by memory, I'm gonna have to go listen to it again, but I'm pretty sure they played Days Gone By with Treasure. They played Like That Sun, 태양처럼 with Shape of You, and then they played Blood with Lucky, I believe. It was very cool because I knew they were playing Like the Sun, but then I started hearing English and I was like, what? This is an English version of Like the Sun? And then they got to the chorus and I'm like, oh, it's Shape of You mixed with Like the Sun. Okay, so that was pretty cool. And then after that, DJ One Pier? Oh my god! One Pier with this solo, it was so amazing. I saw him up close. Such an amazing solo. Oh, I wish I could see it again. It was that good. Also, I forgot to mention this, but I was able to actually make some eye contact with the members while they were playing. Because I was right in front of like Young K One Pier, I actually made eye contact with Young K a lot. Like Young K would just play his bass, look at me, just smile at me, and I would like be lip syncing the song because I know all the lyrics, and then he would just be like, yeah, like I see you, like that kind of thing. One Pier was looking down the whole time. I think he was really shy of the audience, so he was looking down while playing his instrument. So I didn't get to see him at all. But Seongjin like was on the other side. And that face when he's playing, the face he makes, I can't even speak properly. The face he makes when he plays guitar, like that face. I think I couldn't tell if he was looking at me, but he was looking in our direction. And when I looked at him, he just was making that face, and then he went back to his mic. So I'm like, oh, Seongjin, like, oh, bias record position. Mind you, Seongjin's actually not my bias record. Young K is, but yeah. And then Jay was like way far on the other side, so I don't even think I saw him or he saw me. And even then his hair was like covering like half of his eyes, so no one could tell if he was like, you know, looking at anyone. And then Doan being all the way in the back, so unfortunately we didn't see each other. But he was like elevated the most, so we got to see him stand out, but I don't think we made eye contact at all. But literally the whole concert, people were screaming so loud when DAY6 was talking here, and they're like I think here's some highlights you got to see when like they went into their little ments and were talking to us.
Sure you felt it, but I felt like the chemistry was here, so a round of applause for us.
I wish everyone here happiness always. Thank you. Honestly, you guys were amazing. You guys were breathtaking.
Hello, my name is Sindong. Nice to meet you guys.
여기 here, everyone, 뭐야? 항상, always, heart in heart.
Happy. Okay, so remember how we changed the set list? Not gonna lie, kind of forgot what I was supposed to be doing. So I came up and just started, but was it okay?
Mr. Pop Songjin, you know? 거기서 나 진짜 공부 study hard, very hard, and bring me grown up, English grown up. We will come back and every talk English, okay? How do you feel?
Yes. So hot.
My guitar is tune letting go. Yes. 무슨 말인지 알죠?
I've been in Korea for 7 years now, and I feel like I'm not good at either language now.
Yeah, but after that, they went into, I think they said their second half. They were like, oh, like, this is our second half of the set, so we're almost done. And fans were like, oh no, it's already over, but we knew it was like, we have, like, there's so much time until it was over yet. But anyways, the second set started off with Colors, I Need Somebody, 누군가 필요해, and I Wait.
꿈속에서 서로가 서로를 보는 건지 나를 둘러싼 사람들 속에 Why am I alone 난 지금 길이 같아 내 손을 잡아주기만 기다려
Now, when I heard I Need Somebody playing, I was also about to cry too, because that is also one of my favorite B-side tracks, and so I was like, oh, I can't believe I'm hearing this song. And on top of that, the fans were singing along at the beginning, because Jay was like, oh, yeah, you guys know the lyrics, sing along. And then they were singing along, and then it got to the chorus with Young K's screaming part. He didn't scream, he just held out his mic, and the fans were just screaming along, singing along. It was just, that was probably one of the highlights of the concert for me. After that was Jay's electric guitar solo, and oh, that was so good. And then after Jay's guitar solo, which the next song was a big surprise to me, because they played How Can I Say. And then they do this, I think this was a new thing they did for their concert, but Jay was just like, oh, like, we do this is like a new thing we're gonna do now. And then like they played Congratulations for us. It was just Hungjin and I think Wonpir and Towoon, them three, they were playing it. And then like Jay was like standing up on this like little platform thing near the front of the stage, and then he was just like, oh yeah, let's sing together. And then the fans were all as one were singing Congratulations together. Young K was also holding up his mic, and like it was, I think that was just the huge bonding experience for all of my days, and it felt really good because Congratulations, I mean, nothing goes wrong with that song, you know? But they didn't stop there, because Wonpir was like, oh, one more song, you guys all know this, and then he started to play the first beginning piano solo for Time of Our Life, and we all sang that together. Fortunately though, I don't think many of us knew the lyrics that well, because Jay was hard carrying for most of us, because he was like, oh, you guys don't know the lyrics? Alright, it's my turn, and then he was singing, so. And then Young K went into this huge like emotional speech right after that, and he was all like, oh, this is our last set, or something like that, and the fans were going like all sad, but he's like, oh, we're gonna have even more fun with this new set, so, and we were all looking forward to that, you know?
There's this one thing that we need to tell you. So far we have gone through 16 songs. Already! Time flies! We're at the last set. We're at the last set. But, are you guys ready to have fun? Are you guys ready to have more fun?
So they first opened up with Lean On Me, 오늘은 내게. Lean on Me, I was looking forward to that song a bit. I really wanted to see I Smile though, but that wasn't on their set list, so they played the B-side instead of the A-side, you know, not A-side, title track, what am I saying? And then they played Headache. And then after that was Warning. And I believe we were supposed to hear Shoot Me after that, but we didn't. I don't know what the reason was. I think maybe because they put How Can I Say and so they took out Shoot Me. But I was really looking forward to Shoot Me though. So I was kind of sad that they didn't play it. But yeah, after they played Warning, they were like, oh thank you, and we'll see you after the VCR. And then they turned on this. They played this like video of the DAY6 like playing games and stuff on the big screen.
일단 자리 뽑기 게임을 해야 될 것 같아요. 네. 이래서 이렇게 하는 게 되게 중요해요. 끝에 있는 사람이 좋지 않아요. 그렇죠. 끝에 있는 사람이 아무리 걸고 할 수 있죠. 결국은 더 활동적이고. 그러니까 중간에 있는 사람 진짜 이 사람 움직이면 저로 가야 되고 이 사람 움직이면 저로 가야 돼요. 그렇죠. 좀 큰일 나니까. 그래서 게임을 해볼 건데 뭐 어떤 게임을 해볼까요?
I actually recorded the whole thing. I don't know why I did that. I was like, why would I be recording this? I should only record a clip of it. But it was pretty funny playing games and doing some stupid stuff together. You know, this is why we stay in the group. But then after that, there was like this huge, also emotional like video they played. And it was just like, oh, thank you, my days, for always being with us, making us smile, blah 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 blah. And they showed past clips of their past concerts, so that was very emotional as well. Considering that they played a clip from one of their concerts and they were playing 좋아합니다, I Like You, and I really wanted to see that song live as well, but unfortunately there's just so much they can do in just one night, you know. After that was over, they came back out. They were wearing different clothes this time. They were wearing all their the black shirts like that said World Tour Gravity, and they were getting ready for the last couple songs before the end of the concert. And then it said to during the next song, everyone hold their flashlights on, and so people who had their light sticks, they were turning them on and doing this because they played cover next. So people with their flashlights on their phones, they were also doing that as well while they're playing cover. And I think for me, it's the most underrated track on the album. So I was really happy to at least see it live. And then after that, Seongjin still had his acoustic guitar on, but they went into playing 예뻤어. So that was a big shock to me because usually Seongjin is on his electric guitar, but he was on his acoustic guitar this time. And then the next song after that was none other than Congratulations. And this was like a full version of it because before when we were singing it together with them, it was only the first verse. And also there's also a banner that we got at the beginning of the show that we were supposed to hold up during Congratulations right here. Basically, there's a backside too. 아름다운 청춘의 한장 함께 써내려 가자. It's basically it's the lyrics to Time of Our Life. But basically, we were supposed to hold this up during like their concert and during the Congratulations part. But I totally forgot. I just gave this to my sister and I was like, I'm gonna record. And then I totally forgot to hold this up during Congratulations. And honestly, I don't think a lot of fans even did hold this up. But apparently, this was also given to us by other fans as well. So thank you for that. They ended up taking pictures. When they took the picture, obviously everyone was holding this up, they were holding this up, so I guess that came in useful at that point. Yeah, and then after that, they went into, I guess, their ending little speeches. Each one for each member, they were all saying like, oh, thank you for coming out to the concert, and like, and they, some of them were struggling in their English and stuff, especially Toun, him being a really cute, just baby, just like. I can't even explain, like, just roll the clip.
Oh, feeling good. I told you guys, we will come back. Yeah.
Next year?
Oh. Oh.
Next time.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. bodybuilder, yes.
And after that, they went to take the picture, the Instagram picture, you guys know, for each concert, and all the fans started moving up to the front, and I'm like, wow, there was this much room for us to stand up, like, what the heck? Basically moved up, the first picture, they were all holding up these little banner thingies, and we're just holding up, like, you know, doing this. I think Young K was, like, blocking that side of the concert, the venue, so, I didn't show up in the picture. I don't think I did because he was blocking me. But they took 2 pictures. They took the first one with this, and the second one they were just like, oh, do your own little signs and stuff. So some people were holding up finger hearts, some people were doing like these. They took 2 pictures, and then after that we all scooted back, and then like they were like, okay, this is our last few songs. We're gonna end the concert now. And at that point it was pretty emotional, but I guess they decided to hype up the crowd with their last few songs because the first song they played was Dance Dance. And then the last song they ended off with was Free. I think that's like the perfect song to end like a concert. Like I said before, I said that best part would be the best song to end a concert off of, but when I saw Freely Live, I'm like, no, this is the perfect song to end the concert off. Like the confetti falling and everything, people going crazy. Halfway through the concert, that song, Jay and Seongjin, they like disappeared from my sight for whatever reason. Apparently, like Jay went on the floor. He like jumped off the stage, went on the floor, and like ran around or something with Seongjin, and I was really confused because like they were on the left side of the stage from where I was, and I'm like trying to record them. I'm like, where the heck did they go? I couldn't see them because there's so much confetti falling over. And Young K was still in this position, so was One Pure and Hoen, but they disappeared. Like it would have been nice to see them, but I wasn't paying attention to that, so it kind of feels bad, you know. And then finally they all came into one. They were holding hands and they did a quick bow and just say thank you to the audience, and then they waved at everyone and then walked off, and I guess that was the rest of the concert at least. And yeah, after the concert my ears were literally like, I couldn't hear anything. Like I felt like it was bleeding, but it wasn't. I couldn't hear anything after the concert was over, and I'm just like, wow, what an experience. But it doesn't end there because we bought High Touch. So they said for people who had the High Touch, they said to wait in the venue until after the concert's over. So we had to basically wait until P3 and P4 walked out and for Day6 to get set up, you know? It was so crazy because like there was so much confetti on the floor. Everyone was like just talking about all the concert and stuff. No one was moving. They were just like still standing. But then the staff had to come. The staff came and they ended up cleaning up the stage, cleaning up the floor, trying to like I guess organize people. They split up the P1 and P2 because P1 goes first for High Touch and they get their albums after that, and then P2 goes in as High Touch. So it was really hectic. Basically in the P2 group, and me and my sister were just there was like barely any place to like sit down, but most fans were just sitting. So my sister was sitting down, but I was like still standing, and it actually took a really long time. The concert finished at around like 9:30, and we didn't do High Touch until like 10:30. So we basically waited in the venue for like almost an hour. I think it was around 40 minutes though. But basically, since P1 was going first, they gathered the P1 group, made them into one line, exiting the venue, and so the P1 went first, and it was honestly such a long time for P1 to go through everyone, and then finally P2 got into line and we started going. But the thing with High Touch is that they said that if you have your phone out or you're recording or taking pictures, then you will automatically be kicked out, and you can't do the High Touch. So I mean, I knew that, so I knew I didn't have to take my phone out, but I decided to record audio instead. It's better if I probably show it to you than explain it to you guys, so just take a listen, not a look. Take a listen to this next clip.
Okay guys, so we're about to do High Touch right now.
and they're not letting us record or take pictures with their phone. So what I'm gonna do is just record this audio and have you guys experience high touch through audio. So yeah, let's get it.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't call you Brian. They're standing in one line. It was One Pierce, Hungjin, Younghae, Jay, and Towoon. So One Pierce was the quiet one. I went up and it was left hand, so I went up and high-fived him and I said I love you in Korean. And One Pierce was just like standing still. He was very stiff. He didn't say anything. I don't know if he said anything. My sister said he looked kind of surprised when I spoke Korean, so I'm guessing there's not many that Koreans in the venue. But yeah, I said I love you, and because it's my bias, and I was just so excited to see him. And I think he did say thank you. My sister said that he did, but I didn't hear him, so I just said that. He was being so quiet, so I guess One Pierce is the quiet one when it comes to concerts. And then Sungjin. Sungjin was still, even with like him not being that great at English, which now he is pretty good at English, so he was trying to still be interactive to the fans and make it look like it was our high touch, not their high touch. So he was just like, yeah, like what's good? And to him, I said, you did a good job today in Korean. And I thought he would reply to me in Korean, but instead he was just like, yeah, thank you. And I was just like, oh, nice, yeah, it's Hungjin. Now Younghae. I messed up in front of Younghae big time. I like embarrassed myself. But basically, I had to rehearse what I was gonna say in front of each of the members for high touch, and I had it down in my head. But it was really fast for me to do it all at once because you only get like max like 2-3 seconds for each member. So for Younghae, I knew what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, "Hey Younghae, I don't call you Brian because I know that he doesn't like being called Brian. A lot of fans call him Brian, but I'm the part of the fandom that actually calls him Younghae. So I wanted him to understand that. Oh yeah, I don't call you Brian. I call you Younghae. But when I was talking to him, I was like really nervous, and so it came out like Younghae, Brian. It came out like that. Like, oh my god. And then I don't think he knew what I was saying because he just looked at me and he was like, with just he didn't have a weird facial expression. He just stared at me. He was just like, what? And from that point, I was like so embarrassed. I'm like, out of everyone, I had to mess up in front of Younghae. Like, oh my god. Maybe I should have said something else. I should have said something else. I mean, he hopefully doesn't remember me for that. There's a lot of fans out there, so I'm like, if I ever get a chance again, I want to make sure I make that up and don't make a mistake again. And then after Younghae was Jay, and Jay was also, he was pretty quiet as well. He wasn't being so hypey. He wasn't like excited like Sungjin was. He was like, but he was like at least talkative compared to One Pierce. So for Jay, I said like, oh, you did a good job today. And I don't know if I heard a reply. Maybe I did. But my sister behind, she went and dabbed Jay. Like she walked by and then she dabbed, and then Jay had like the saddest look on his face. So I think he was more focused on my sister than me. She high-fived him after, but it's just that she felt bad for that. And so I was laughing so much because I'm like, why'd you do that? Like, you should have at least said sorry or something. But yeah, that was Jay. And then Towoon, oh my. Towoon had like, I think the best reaction for me. I basically high-fived him and he was just like, yeah, thank you. And I said in Korean, I felt very moved today. And it was because of basically like everything he did. And then his eyes grew so wide and he was like, oh, thank you in Korean. And then we did a little bow, and I was like, this is the reaction I needed. Like, I know I messed up in front of Younghae, but I got the priceless reaction from Towoon, so in the end it was all worth it. And then I ended up getting home at like 12 that night, so that was my experience at the DAY6 concert. Was P2 worth it? I think it was pretty worth it. I think I should have got P1 though. I think getting P1 and P2 for DAY6 is pretty worth it considering that they have smaller venues and a smaller fandom, so I don't have to worry about tickets selling out as well as not being able to be in the front. And would I buy P1 and P2 tickets again to a DAY6 concert? Probably I would, because I did not get to see all their songs played, so I would like to see a variety of more songs. And honestly, I would go for the second day too, but I couldn't because I had school that day and I had class on that Friday, so going on Thursday was enough for me. That is my DAY6 concert experience. Going to a DAY6 concert is an experience. I definitely recommend that you guys should at least go to a DAY6 concert. If you guys can't go to BTS concert or 17, Stray Kids, I don't know, go to a DAY6 one. It's honestly very worth it. I think it's very worth it for me at least. So it was very fun. It was exciting. I love the My Day fandom. I think I have big respect for them because they're not really crazy. They were screaming loud, but we respected each other. We were all there just to see one person. Definitely a fun time, and you get to meet new people while you're in line. Yeah, Young K, if you're watching this, I'm very sorry for messing up in front of you, and the rest of the members, hey, what's good? I don't know if you guys are going to be watching this, but it was just such an amazing experience to see you guys in New York, and I'll go see you guys sometime coming in. But that wraps up this video for my concert experience. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Definitely go watch Day6's latest comeback music video. Go stream that. Go listen to their other songs. Stan Day6 if you haven't already. Go buy their album. Support them. I don't know what else I'm saying. Yeah, see you guys all in the next video. And don't forget to follow me on all my social media. Bye.